Hang on, I did it stupid. Oh. Yeah, Starsector doesn't remember when you change audio output. As in, it doesn't update when you change audio output, so gotta basically restart it. How was everyone? I probably started a little bit late to let people trickle in because we had a few last minute issues to deal with. So many people. Here's a Thago, Hrothgar, Patherzen, Cart, Lightning, Dowler, Aster, DR, Dave, Watcher in Water, Grievous, Skypion, Shadowy. Hello. Hey, Steel. Hope this turn stuff doesn't mess up my looking at ships go by. No, Dudo, you've been here. Now, who's... Someone posted in my chat like an hour before we started, and I'm fairly sure it was you, Dudo. Hey, Franco. Somebody posted in my chat an hour before we started. I know, because I was doing setup, and I just saw, like, someone say, there's like this little smiley face turn up. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like an hour to go and people are in my chat already. That is dedication. It just worked, or people were trying to cheat. We haven't quite decided that yet. People were sneaking in extra ships. Hey, Paul. Mr. XEX. XZX. Welcome to your first stream. Oof. Tea and biscuits, the fuel behind every Pathfinder crusade. Yeah, sadly I can't have tea and biscuits at the moment. I'll have to have tea and the biscuits afterwards. And Thai food, actually, because my Thai food arrived late, so I didn't have a chance to eat all of it. So I need more Thai food. Double Caesar all the way, across the sky. How many matches do we have this round? 10 matches as well. It'll be 10 matches again. At 1.1k range of tilt chain gun though. Yeesh. How are we doing on numbers? It's hard to speak in Polish, it sounds funnier and it's even harder to speak. Oh god, I was gonna say my Polish is horrible. My Polish is atrocious. My Polish is absolutely appalling. My not English is appalling, so... Right, shall we begin? And I had a bath before this, and my god, I'm really relaxed right now. Grug Hrothgar sent me Polish. I'm not even gonna try to read that. That's got stuff that does not exist on my keyboard. Like I keep having to check whether there's dirt on my screen or there's some kind of like crazy Polish letter. Like, why? The E doesn't have a cedilla. What the hell? Well, Thago put it through Google Translate, which will be more amusing, so we'll do that. Right, I think we shall begin. Oh yeah, it'll butcher it, absolutely. It's going to be completely butchered. I'm still going to read the butchered one. Right, folks, shall we begin? Because I think it's going to be more fun if we begin. I think it'll be more interesting if we begin. Hello folks, and welcome to the final round in the 8th Starsector 2v2 tournament. 40 people have turned up into 20 teams. We've had 4 days of 10 matches a day, and now we are at the final day. The final matches, which could be the end of the tournament depending on how the final few matches play out. Before we get started, I'm going to quickly go through the standings. Let's remove that as well. There you go. These are currently the standings as they are, because we have basically Franco de Gola and Youth are currently undefeated. So that is the match to watch, because if Franco de Gola and Youth win again today, they are definitely guaranteed victors. If they, however, lose, there will be 4 teams on a 4v1 split. So there will be a second last day, I suppose, with a round-robin tournament held at some point, probably on Friday. Yeah, that's how we stand at the moment. Those are the matches to watch. So we will be moving on from there. Boom, boom. That come back on nice? Yes, it does. Good. Right. Let's get straight on with it then, because I'm hoping so. I actually haven't really looked in depth at the fleets. I made sure that the fleets weren't breaking rules by looking at deployment point numbers, but other than that, I haven't really checked the fleets, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we can come up with. Let's see. Boom. Right. The first match of the evening. The Hrothgar Heavenlight and Neptix versus Nia and Night Chase. We will burn them with an Unholy Fire and the Imperial Forge versus still the prettiest ships in the tournament and the Lords of the Singularity. Excuse me. And we do have some descriptions given. Hrothgar sent me a poem in Polish, which I will read from Google Translate because I can't pronounce Polish to the best of my abilities. And it's something Greek, I assume. It says, "Not from Messana, not from Argut, wrestler I stand. I call Sparta famous for my homeland. They are smart, me as good as my good blood. Lacedaemonic sons, I have victory by strength." That is the Google Translate butchered poem that was in Polish that Hrothgar sent me. And Neptix says, "Sometimes you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, executing the hens who laid them on trumped-up charges, and setting the most rebellious hen house on fire as an example to the others." Right, let's go straight in, shall we? Let's examine what's changed here. See what's happening around here. We have 3 oppressors, Noir oppressors, with sabers up the front. Naughty phone. Stop telling me I'm streaming. Hashtag professionalism. We have 4 sabers at the front. We have 2 heavy maulers, 1 HVD, plenty of point defense, and a couple of harpoons with an ITU, and 2 partisan escort interceptors each. So that's a lot of partisan escorts, a lot of sabos, a lot of point defense, a lot, really. The Oppressor is such a sexy ship. I do like it. That's quite a nice ship. We have, right, 1 My Little Piranha gunship with a Harpoon MRM pod, a Sabo MRM pod, a railgun, and a light dual machine gun with expanded Mixel Rex and an ITU and a makeshift shield gen. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these Razorbacks, My Little Piranha Razorbacks. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this works out. That is a lot of harpoons. That is a good 4 times 8. That's a good 32 harpoons at once, potentially, not counting the ones coming from the oppressors. And backing those up, we have 2. You're expecting a matriarch Caesars with the sledge cannons, Custos defenders, Imperial armor package, the armor package, anti-fighter Caesar, the double onagers as well. Of course, the armor package making that shock buster a burst effect that hits all nearby ships and can be quite deadly to fighters. At some point, people were expecting a matriarch. At some point, people were expecting a matriarch. That name is just unchanged. Right, against them we have still the prettiest ships in the tournament and Lords of Singularity, which is the Wave Pulse Cannon Varders, as I've come to know them, with Stormbursters as well. 2 of these. Praise them, Shadow, for making this beautiful something machine. And then, of course, the backup of the Reparation Society with the Leon's class, with Ace Heavy Interceptors and Monodrones, Caswells with Aces and a Duke, Caswell with Ace and a Duke, Caswell with Ace and a Duke, 5 Caswells with Aces and Dukes. So it's 5 Dukes flying around. We have a single Edith as well, with monogram railguns. Okay. That is that. That is that. Let's go back, let's reset, and let's go straight into the first fight. And see how it turns out. Quick zoom out. Console is loaded. Someone will control backspace. DR's predicted a Neon Knight win. We'll see how it goes out. So at the bottom of the Oppressors, the Razorbacks and the Caesars, facing against the Varders and the Reparation Society Reparation Society Dukes and Aces with the range expanded Wave Pulse Cannons. Okie dokie, here we go. Straight in. DR confidence 60%. Immediately, the bottom team pushes up, takes the middle points, gets the nav boy, gets the sensors, and immediately have fighters, partisans fighting against the Aces and the Dukes. Dukes coming in, hitting one of the oppressors quite hard, fluxed out to about 80%, 75%, 80%. Will get away unscathed though. Some harpoons are being fired at fighters, possibly not what they want to be doing with it. Second oppressor at quite high flux. There's 2 oppressors at high flux, now taking fire from the Wave Pulse Cannons. The Edith is putting its range out. The first oppressor is starting to take hull damage. Pellet guns shooting away at it. They're more kinetic weapons, of course, but once you go through the hull, nothing matters anymore. The Caesar now engaging at long range with Horatio Moores against one of the Varders, taking it to about half hard flux. Still, the oppressor still taking damage. The fighting is already intense from the beginning. The oppressor is about 65%, 66, 50% health, 50% health now. 1/3, 25%. Has to put his shield up, it's still within range of those Wave Pulse Cannons. Manages to pull back away, it's not going to get destroyed right now. But now 2 of the Caesars have ganged up on a single Varder, which is now operating at relatively high flux. It puts its shields down, but it takes a lot of sledge cannon punishment to the frontal armor, starting to show some signs of pain. Oppressor is out of sabers at the moment, has to fall back. And a very low health now. Oh no, it's going to go straight back in. It do not have the flux to be doing that. It's going to die real soon. The Wave Pulses will finish it off? Absolutely. Wave Pulses take the first kill of the tournament. This Varder, however, has taken about 25% hull damage. It's still quite high flux. One Caesar is unfortunately getting in the way of the Caesar. And Onagers are coming out to attack some of the fighters. But that Varder is taking a lot of damage at the moment. It is down at about 25% health. We lose a Razorbark, however, to the other Varder. As the Leons keep putting the mines as well. Flak mines coming out from the Caswells. hitting one of the Razorbacks. Another Razorback goes down. Another Razorback is overloaded. The first Oppressor goes down. The Varder has pulled back considerably and is basically kiting the Caesars at the moment because it just can. Another Razorback goes down. There's 2 Oppressors down at the moment. Another Razorback's about to go down. And another one, and another one. As that Varder, unpunished pretty much, still a high flux, but it doesn't care. There's no one really taxing it at the moment. All that's left at the moment is 2 Caesars and the last Oppressor. They need to get in close and pressure that Varder and take it down if they want to do anything else. Take out the Edith as well if you want to, but right now, because you're in range of the Varder, it's more important to take out the Varder. However, they're being attacked from behind by the Caswells, the Leon, and the remaining Varder. Can they destroy the Varder in front of them and still turn around in time to attack the ones behind? That is a real question. I don't think so. I think they will. The Varder is down. The Varder is down. The Edith isn't doing it at the moment. It's about to die. The Edith goes down regardless. The Oppressor immediately turns around. Oh, there's still a Razorback alive. There's still a Razorback alive. I didn't see you right there. Those Shockbusters pushing away those fighters, dealing with the fighters. Right, the Oppressor's come in. The Oppressor's going to take a lot of damage, though. A lot of damage from those Stormbirds, those Mega Chain CPCs. However, that first Caesar hasn't quite turned around yet, although this one has. This one is engaging the Varder. Very well done. Those Tellums are going to start putting its hard flux up. However, some Sabers came out here. That's a lot of hard flux for the Caesar. They're just basically sitting in front of each other and doing damage. See what happens there. Siege cannon shots coming out from the Leon. Although now both the Caesars are firing. Both Caesars are firing. That is the quite high flux Varder right now. One of them has to fall back, but it's an armor package. It doesn't care. It can tank a lot of stuff in the armor if it has to. And now this Varder is at high flux and is now having to take some damage on its armor. Although it can quite comfortably, I think, kite the Caesars if it wants to. The Oppressor comes in to take some of that damage. Everything that's not being fired at the Caesar is basically extra flux for the Caesar to do its work. Although a little bit of peace and quiet now, as the Tellums basically can't fire anymore at the Varder. Although it's still taking, it kind of hesitated in putting its shield up there. We still actually haven't lost any of the, other than the Edith, we actually haven't lost any of the Reparation Society ships yet. So those Caswells are still around. There's still 5 Duke Rings flying around. I think this Caesar's currently going to go Caswell hunting. Uh-oh, Razorback is taking some damage. Razorback is taking damage from several Dukes. And I'm assuming the Siege is going to hit it at some point. That Caesar's at about half health now. It needs its belly for backup, but its backup is just not there. Although the Varder has backed up a bit, so we may have a chance to vent, but I don't think so. I think there's too much pressure from those Dukes. There's too much pressure from the Dukes. I cannot afford a vent right now. It's got very little frontal armor remaining as well. Both Caesars do, in fact. Also, all these shots coming out are sledge cannon shots. They're doing pretty much nothing to those shields. The point defense is helping out against the Dukes here, but every bit of damage that happens goes against that hull. It's not getting repaired, so although it does have time to vent, is now fully on low. The Shockbuster comes out, takes out some of those fighters, and that was a Mega Chain CPC used against the partisans of the Oppressor. That Varder is just not going to finish the job. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. That Caesar is, again, kind of lost to see what it does. That Caesar, the other Caesar, however, is Caesar number 1, as I'll now call this, is at now about 25% hull, high flux. That is a dead Caesar. I don't care how much armor damage you can take. It's all hull damage now. Mega Chain CPCs finish the job. 1 Caesar down, 1 Caesar to go. The Oppressor, and I believe that Razorback was already dead. So this Caesar kind of abandoned its friend and left it to die. This Oppressor now can't do anything. That Wave Pulse cannons are going to completely tear it apart. It's too high flux to something else. The Mega Chain CPCs do some more damage. Then comes the Dukes and the Aces. Once you're through the armor, it doesn't matter what damage you do, it all does a lot of damage. So no frontal armor anymore. You can just see that all the sparking red indicating no armor. Caesar, a bit lost here. It can't do much at the moment. Those sledges are not getting through those shields. Whereas the Wave Pulse is perfectly fine, as well as the Mega Chain CPCs, to pressure the Caesar shields. And the armor package doesn't matter anymore. It does not matter. There's too much frontal damage there. There's too much frontal damage. Out comes some torpedoes. Plenty of punishment up there. That is a one dead Caesar. It's just a matter of time right now. Will the Siege Cannon come out to finish the job? No, all we're getting here at the moment is heavy maulers and pellet guns. Maybe we get a last shot of the sledge? The Siege? Apparently not. The Oppressor's still alive though. I was expecting the Caesar to be left alive, but no, they quite correctly identified the Caesar as the biggest threat and lasts to timeout. Boom. Oppressor down. And a very, very, very good first fight. A very good first fight. It is not shame. A Varder went down, and the Edith. Although, the second Varder kind of abandoned the Edith early on and just went around to just do some damage, which is quite interesting. But that is good. A solid match. I very much enjoyed that one. I hope you did too. Right. Next. We have Deskup and Aster versus Dancy 212 and Knights of Tigers. Unlimited Fleet Works and Rainy Sign versus the Science Slap. And you thought I won't change my fleet? Ha! We have one comment to this. Aster's comment is, the Centurions went to train in the mountains and grew too strong. We tried to steal them away with all our might, but we were only able to steal their weapons and some of their power still remained. Right. Let's go straight in and figure out. You have, again, those Raphael Katoris. They've been a staple of a very, very flashy fight, although some of them have changed a bit. Okay, so you have a couple of these with Raphaels. One of these has a slight... they're all called Baka because, you know, you just hate me. Here we have Disavow PDs and Enkindle ESMs, which I believe this is this is an EMP missile. We have that now a slightly even more different one with tri-beams and harpoons. Good lord. Exalt VRM 3s, antimatter blasters, a single pulsar, and IR pulse laser. They're all called exactly the same thing. Why? Reaper torpedoes, light phase lances, and IR pulse lasers. 4 antimatter blasters, because some mini blasters, embrace pulsars, and ion torpedo racks, and the Valestri with the double Spectre Defender wings, double Purgatory shock cannons, Raphael MRM pods as well, and Clemency pulse emitters. The Tilia with 2 Catharsis elite fighters, 2 Atilias with 2 Catharsis elite fighters. Now here we have the Centurions, the missing power frigates, 4 burst lasers and a Reaper. And that is literally a single Reaper. There is no expanded missile racks here. They are longer range burst PD, but there is no extra Reaper here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, hang on, we've changed here. We've changed. I lost track now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 missing power ones, and then 1. These are in the Hidden Star in 4 Seasons, a quad tack laser Reaper with double Reapers, a heavy weakest frigate with double Reapers, SO, and 3 IR pulse lasers. 2 of these, 1 double dealing frigate with 2 antimatter blasters and a Reaper, and 1 Valkyrie with a Thunder Wing, 2 Valkyries with Thunder Wings, 3 Valkyries, 4 Valkyries, 5 Valkyries, 6 Valkyries, 7, 8 Valkyries. Good heaven. That's a lot of ships. That is a lot of ships in Rainy Sign. It's a lot of ships. Against that we have the True Science Slap, and you thought I wouldn't change my fleet. Anemian Lion. Yes, the Memian Lion is here! I come in like a wrecking ball, indeed. The Memian Lion has arrived. 3 Singularity Torpedo Launchers and 2 Inferno Mervs. Here we are now, the 3 Singularity Torpedo Launchers. Yes, please! Yes, please! I want good things clipped, folks. I want good things clipped. I want to be able to put them up afterwards. Please clip any hilarity that happens. A single supercharged pulse beam armored Karakota, a regular Karakota with a Zone Scorcher, 2 of these, an Electo with arc missile racks and tactical lasers on the Psi side, and on the DME side we have Wanderers with triple hybrid repeaters and voltigeurs, 2 of these, 1 with converted hangars, Croissant, the MP Croissant with the Dart drone fighters, hybrid repeaters, Hellrider XRM racks, 2, 3 of these, a Normandy with 2 ICAC skip fighters and 2 Mystère bombers, fighter bombers, so, and 1 with a heavy needler, 2 ICACs and 2 Demoiselles. But that's a lot of ships on that side. That is actually still not enough. There's actually 2 ships not rendered there. There's 2 more Valkyries that have not been put into position, plus all the fighters. Oh, good lord. The Ars Divination is too close to call. It is too close to call. I am of similar opinion. This is going to be insane. I am very much looking forward to the Mimian line. I am very much looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Good grief. Good grief. All the Raphaels are going to come out first as well, though. Spam, spam. Spam, 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 spammity spam. Not quite all frigs. There's a couple of destroyers in there, and technically the Valkyrie is a destroyer. Right, here we have the Karakotas come up the front with one of the Normandies for some reason. The Mimi line comes in as well. Here come the Raphaels. The Zone Scorcher is actually the good weapon to have in the front because a lot of point defense coming out. A lot of point defense coming out. Fighters on both sides. It's going to be quite low taking over there. Katora taking quite low. He's already fluxed out, but manages to back up long enough. Here come the torpedoes. 1, 2. Exploding at once. The one Wanderer has already died though. One Wanderer is already down, probably to missile spam. I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at the nice shiny singularities. 1, 2, 3. They are shot down by a large amount of PDU. They are stopping my fun. They are stopping my fun. I don't appreciate that. Oh my god, there's so many fighters at the moment. This Karakota is getting completely swarmed. It's got armor at the front. Oh no, the singularity detonates immediately. However, it rams Karakotas. One Karakota goes down to a ram. It strips out both of the frontal armor plates of the Nemean. However, it is in severe trouble. All those missiles, I believe, are currently non-operational. Here come the Raphael swarm, taking it down to about 3/4 health. Here comes a Reaper from one of the Centurions. That is a severe... Oh, the Centurion goes down. But the Karakota go down and took the Centurion with it. This line is getting punished, however. Here comes more Raphael wings coming in there. 33 shots coming out. Oh, gets sipped by the singularities over here. So technically, I think the Valestri shot the Tilia. But it's still ongoing. Here come more fighters, but there's just so many ships. There are so many ships. This Mimi line is being surrounded on all sides. There are... You didn't fire your Reaper because you didn't want to, but here comes the shots. I cannot keep track of all the Katoras. They're so different. Purgatory shot cannons coming on one side there. More Raphaels coming in. Hell, the Valkyries coming in and hitting it with railguns as well. Oh no, my poor Lion. You did not meme enough, Lion. You did not meme enough. Down it goes. Takes nothing with it. Oh my god. So far, I believe the only death has been to Reaper there. Didn't quite get the overload, though. Didn't quite get the overload. Although it manages to reload. It manages to reload, fires the second one, which misses, and donks on the Valkyrie shield. Okay. Another Wanderer goes down. Another Wanderer goes down. Well, the Centurion is taking a little bit of damage, but again, here's another Wanderer. Just being completely surrounded. Being hit by Reapers left, right, and center. So many shots of so many different weapons. It's being spun around in circles. In circles. Good heavens. Katora is taking some damage though, so... At the moment, it's technically not Shane, but I'm not sure if that's the only ship that died. I'm not sure I'm going to count that, because it died to an explosion of an enemy ship. Wanderer goes down. Oh my god, this swarm is disgusting! Look at it! Look at it! It is physically sickening. Karkinos here trying to fire the Zone Scorchers, but there's just too much. One overloaded Normandy is taking a lot of damage right now. There's no real follow-up to this, however. These Reapers were not fired. It's being torn apart by point defense lasers is what's happening here. It's being point divided by burst PD. Taken out, I think, by the very end of someone's tack lasers fired there. Ooh, that was fancy. Centurion goes down, though. That is definitely not because of an explosion. No, it might have been, actually. That might have been the Karkinos explosion over there. I'll require confirmation from the chat. I'll have a look afterwards, but that may have been damage from the exploding Karkinos. Normandy now about to go down to so many things. All that's left now, I think, is this Karkinos. It's just like, it has pretty much no weapons online at the moment. The one weapon just came back online, but it's not going to live long enough to last anything out of him. Karkinos goes down. I think all we lost was a Katora and a Centurion. No, three Centurions. No, 2 Centurions and a Karkinos. So it's not a shame, because I think at least one of those was killed by actual enemy inflicted damage rather than an explosion. But good lord. That is a disgusting fleet. That Reaper curved. They have been known to do this. Spam memes are better than sing memes. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case. Unfortunately, that does seem to be the case. Centurions are too strong after all. Oh, good lord. Oh, need a moment to breathe now. Oh, that was a good one though. I'm enjoying the fight so far. They've been fun to cast. Next up, we have Daddy Pants and Ruban versus Morsha and Avanisha. Oh god, it's this fleet that killed Surge's computer. I don't believe there's any chat for this one. Nope, there is not. So we will just carry on straight in with the refit screen. Falcon wannabes, yet again. With Drake Assault Interceptors, Harpoons, and Sabos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25 Buffalo 2s. With one... Oh god, we have Valakor bungalows on both sides. What is this? Hang on, no, we have Valakor, then we have Acastus Interceptors as well. So we have here, they all with no weapons, yep. So Nav Relay ECM bungalows with Acastus Interceptors, 3 of these, and 2 Valakor fleets, and 25 Buffaloes on one side. Versus the, I believe, unchanged fleet. The Daka and more Daka, the high-intensity laser Varders, with Skinwalkers. And again, the 5 Valakors. This is basically what is better, 5 Valakors or 2 Valakors? 2 Valakor bungalows or 5 Valakor bungalows? Okay, well, let's have a quick examination. Go back, reset, and just see... Oh, good lord. It's basically Valakors versus a Drake Interceptor fleet. This is what this is. This is Valakors versus Drake Assault Interceptors. If the Drake Assault Interceptors manage to beat off the Valakors, I believe they win. It's definitely not safe for Surge, no. That's 25. Good gravy. A lot of fighters on both sides. A lot of fighters on both sides. Although way more fighters on this side, though, so we shall see how this works out. Both fleets being kind of slow. There's no real speedy ships on either side, so they won't be taking the middle as quickly as we've seen so far. But the first... The Buffaloes are staying pretty much in line, though. It's all about whether those Valakors can get through the Drake wings. and what happens to those missiles afterwards, because every single one of those buffaloes has a Sabo SRM plot, so it will be quite the sight to see. They do move in herds! They do move in herds! Ta-na-na-na-na. Get the kazoo version. Okay, one of them is already getting hit, pelted by high-intensity lasers. Here come the Valakors, here come the Drakes. Valakors versus Drakes. My FPS is now at 10. And let's zoom in a little bit closer, see if that helps. It probably does. It's gone up a little bit. At least gonna make sense of what's happening. I think Valakors are dying though. I think the Valakors are not being able to get through all these Drakes. They're being hit from all sides, so their shield isn't really helping them out too much. And the Valakors on A side also helping out. Which means that we may have issues, because I don't see any fighters actually returning to the top. I think all the Valakors may have been destroyed, which means those bungalows are currently completely undefended and are at high flux already, and are getting attacked by the Valakors from A Fleet. Like, the Varders are there, like, doing some damage to buffaloes. Oh my god, the Harpoon Swarm! I wasn't paying attention. That's one bungalow already down. That's the fighters of B reduced by 20% already. The Harpoon Swarm is still coming. One buffalo is down. This other bungalow is overloaded. It's down on this side as well. More harpoons coming out. There's so many missiles. There's so many fighters. This Varder is at quite high soft flux. Had to take its shields down as it will overload itself, which means it's going to start taking damage to the hull, which means here come more harpoons. Here come more harpoons. This is not shame, but harpoons are aimed at the bungalow, however. The Bard is just getting in the way. Although sabers are coming into its side. Second bungalow goes down. I tell a lie, third bungalow goes down. Varda's gonna go down very quick though. There's so many missiles. So many missiles. And people ask why having unlimited missiles is a bad idea. Varder goes down. All that's left is two bungalows and one Varder. This Varder has managed to extricate itself from the complete mess over there. But fourth bungalow down. This bungalow can't do anything. The second a Valakor wing spawns, it gets immediately taken down by all the Drakes. So pretty much this Varder is fighting alone. And it's shooting high-intensity lasers at shields. Which is not going to get it very far. Oh, I say that. Nope. Oh, never mind. There you go. Although that's a dead bungalow, though. That is getting punished from every possible angle. I don't think there's a single bit of armor left on that ship right now. Bungalow goes down. All that's left is the Varder. And here comes the fighter swarm. The Skinwalkers are like, we're supposed to be stopping this, but we just can't. Stormblasters are there. CPCs are there. Varder trying its best. But it's already at half hard flux. Here come more Sabos to take it even higher. More Sabos coming in. So many Sabos coming in. I see count at least 6 coming in. Oh no, that's too high flux now. I have to put its shields down, which means I think that the Harpoon Swarm may be over though. However, there are so many fighters. So many fighters. Here come the Valakors. Here comes everything else. Just stripping it down slowly. Death by 1,000 cuts is what this is. Death by 1,000 cuts. Sabos hitting the sides. That front shield isn't doing a single thing. It's taking the hull damage now. 75%, 50%, 25%. So much damage. More Sabos. Dead Varder. Manages to overload 2 buffaloes with its death. Oh, good lord. That was also disgustingly sick. So, 3 buffaloes were lost in the stampede that took down all the Valakors. Good heavens. Remember that every buffalo of these has 40 people, has 60 people. There's 40 people in it and 20 people flying around outside because they don't fit inside. So that is 180 people died there. I'm not going to count this side. Good heavens. Numbers is where it's at, folks. Numbers is where it's at. And people wonder why we have ship limits, indeed. That is why there's a ship limit in the campaign. Right, so, shall we? Yes, we shall. Move on to the Cart and Vera versus Zen and Hunts. Gladiators of the Ring and the Fortress Doctrine versus my Winghead ate my ships and my Eagle made my ships. Okay. Ah, there's a victory in there. I was wondering where the points went. Oh, I see the joke. The victory's an eagle that got big, and this is the. Ah, I see. Clever. Clever, clever, clever. Oh, hang on. Oops, no, where is it? There it is. There's some smack to be talked here. Zen and Hunts, basically. Zen went, oh god, I thought the Winghead would save me, but look, it's eaten most of my fleet, and it's gigantic. Look at that absolute unit. That's me. And Hunts adds, after the Eagle ate the cursed Valkyrie, it couldn't stop. Perhaps now that its gargantuan form will lead us to victory. So, Gladiators of the Ring and the Fortress Doctrine, we have here a targeting unit. A targeting, Imperial Targeting Package, Integrated Targeting Unit, Caesar, with I believe 1.1k range assault chain guns, I believe is what the maths works out as. 60% increase, plus an additional 400 flat. It's a 1.1k point assault chain gun, that is. And also, I'm assuming, therefore, a 1.1k heavy machine gun. And actually, that's point defense, so slightly the range is not as much as that one. That is... Hang on, where is it? That range will be 250. Okay, so it's not as long range, but it's still quite long range. 120 range to be exact. This is the I'm Sorry Surge battleship. Then we have also particle guns and harpoon MRMs. Of course, the targeting package makes the burst an empowered burst, has a greater targeting range, increased effectiveness, but has 2 charges instead of 3. The dictators are targeting dictators with an assault chain gun, not as long range as the other one was, but still quite long range for a chain gun. Rail guns, heavy autocannons, siege mortars, particle guns, and harpoon MRM pods. 2 of these Dickin cruisers. So then the Mastiffs. Mastiff with plasma cannon, annihilator rocket pods, and rocket launchers itself, and some point defense, and several ion cannons here. These are elite cruisers. And Langoustines with Sabos, dual flat cannons, a constrictor support wing, the built-in Scorpion, of course, and anti-matter blasters over there. These are the Spartacus destroyers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 4 of them. Clementines with lightning guns and Reaper-class torpedoes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these Clementines. So 8 Clementines, 4 Langoustines, and 2 Mastiffs, and 2 Dictators and a Caesar. Would you like anything else with your salad? And we have, on the other side, the massive Hammerhead and the massive Eagle. A Mokaran class battle cruiser with 2 Gladius fighter wings, 2 Typhoon Reaper launchers, and also standalone Reaper launchers, with a Mjolnir at the front, plenty of PD lasers as well. Your ship system, of course, is the maneuvering jets to get those harpoon launchers facing their target. Also the Mjolnir as well. We have 1, 2, 3 Argent Avises, safety overrides variants with heavy machine guns, assault chain guns, antimatter blasters, and ion cannons. We have 1, 2 Nailers with safety overrides, heavy machine gun, antimatter blasters, and phase lances. So we'll see how this works out here. Loads of SA, huge range war over here, versus SO run forward support, and also the massive Eagle, the Yeet battleship here, with the 2, of course, built-in Plutotechnis assault guns, 6 HVDs, 4 Devastator cannons, 4 Harpoon MRM pods, ITUs, heavy armor, gunner control AI, and the Hammerheads, 2 Hammerheads, 3 Hammerheads, with SO, assault chain guns, hammer class torpedoes, light geo machine guns, and 1, 2 Albatrosses with harpoons and heavy machine guns, also SO'd. Okay. Good heavens. It's 2 cap versus 1 cap, but it's 1 cap 4 cruiser. 1 cap 4 cruiser, 4 destroyer, 8 frigates. Versus, I'm assuming, 2 cap 3 cruiser, 5 destroyer, 2 frigates, I think. I assume. So the numbers are approximately equal. They are approximately equal. Okay. Let's go straight in. Boom. And boom, boom, whoop, and zoom out. Caesar dictators immediately drop flares. It's like they're pigeons taking off, you know? Up top. Is the victory going to come in, though? That's the big question. Whenever I've seen victories, they've usually been languishing in the back, not using maximum drive, not getting to the front, and basically always arriving at the fight a little bit too late. Always a little bit too late, so is the victory going to get there in time? The hammerhead pulls ahead, and it's going to get immediately hit by Mastiff, Clementine, and Langostine. Falls back to the line, though. Lightning guns coming out against the Albatross. One hammerhead is already taking a little bit of hull damage. Okay. Victory again is falling back. It's too far back. It's going maximum drive. They're trying to catch up. The Makarin is fighting forwards. One Clementine is already down. One Langostine is already down. One Clementine is down. Uh-oh. Those Argent Avises are coming in and doing a lot of damage. One Crochet Mortar's hit to the side of the Makarin. One Nailer has gone down. This is not shame, no matter which way this goes now. Albatross coming in, using its damper field to just tank some hits there, making that Dictator turn around. Although, it's basically, at the moment, it's just the Mjolnir that's firing. Although it's quite high flux at the moment. It can't really afford to take that much. Dictator talking about faith. Wonder if this will help you. Makarin wants to get closer and basically unload 4 Reapers at once. That's its dream moment right now. Shockbuster pushing back some of those hammerheads. Uh-oh, one hammerhead is overloaded, which means a lot of harpoons going to come out from the Dictator, and it's going to go down. Is it? It does go down, which means the harpoons get to retarget. Mastiff taking a lot of damage, though. Dies to double RJ with Argent Avis and Albatross over there. This Dictator's already at about very low health. I was going to say about. It's already dead. And so many harpoons coming out from the victory. That is, in fact, a total of 16 harpoons. Most of them get taken down, but that is a dead Clementine as well. Victory's now putting shots into the Caesar. Caesar's pushing back. More hammerheads. I'm not entirely sure why. That Caesar, however, has shot into the back of the Dictator. That's a very, very badly paced Dictator. That is several hammers into the back, plus an entire swarm of harpoons. That Dictator gets deleted off the face of the sector. I don't believe you've even fired your Reapers yet, Mr. Makarin. Caesar just trying to push things away with the Shockbuster. And Langostine goes down. 2 fighters, I believe. Caesar's a bit trapped, not sure where to face right now. Langostine attacking one of the Argent Navises, which is quite low health, but will die possibly to the harpoons? Dies to the harpoons when Argent Avis goes down there. It's quite high flux Caesar, though. This Caesar's at quite high flux. It can't. And basically, oh no, here come the missiles. Hammerhead got them away for a quick second, but so many harpoons. So much fun. It has no support right now. Absolutely none. Everything else is behind it. It is the front line targeting Caesar. It does not want to be there. It's now taking shots from the Mjolnir on the side, but oh my god, so many assault chain guns, and that is a dead Hammerhead. And a Caesar as well. Dead Clementine as well. All that's left now is a Mastiff, 2 Langostines, and 2 Clementines. Although that Mastiff, again, is facing its rear towards the Makarin. Please do not do this, Mastiffs. Here comes Argent Davis coming into fire. Langostine as well. Langostine, however, has pushed it back. One Clementine has died, however. Last Clementine is facing off against an Argent Davis all by itself. Victory pelting at long range. These are 6 HVDs here. It's difficult to keep your shields up against this. Clementine goes down. All that's left. 2 Langensteins, and that Mastiff. Which managed to fall back far enough to be able to lower its hard flux without even having to vent. Right. Langenstein takes out the Hammerhead. In return, it will be severely attacked. It has no engines. It's been flamed out. It's currently spinning. No one's coming to punish it at the moment. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a dead Langenstein. Langenstein's dying down there. Langenstein getting hit by the Makaran over here. I don't believe the Makaran's even fired its torpedoes. That's the last Clementine down. All that's left is the Mastiff and the Langenstein. Oh, there was probably another one over there. It looks like being attacked by both the Albatrosses and another of those Argent Avises. Okay, the Mastiff is now taking long-range fire from the Victory. Victory's maximum driving to get closer. Oh, there we go. The Dictator is keeping the Langenstein alive for a bit longer, but it's trying to keep... It's either on purpose or accidentally. It's trying to keep that Dictator in the way, but it gets out of the range. All the HVDs start firing now. That's a full... 3 at the moment can fire at it. The other 3 are firing at the Mastiff. The Argent Avises and the Albatrosses are arriving, however. This is a very, very trapped Langenstein. The Makaran's coming from the other side. The Victory is dealing with the Mastiff. Uh-oh, never mind. It's decided to use the Devastators on its side to do the last few shots at the Langenstein. All that's left is the Mastiff. And they are just not gonna bother? The Makaran's coming in. Victory just doesn't seem to care all that much. Is the Victory gifting the kill to the Makaran, I wonder? Nope, never mind. Here comes Maximum Drive. Not sure what you were moving forward before, but there we go. HVDs are coming out. Clutech this as well. So much hard flux. So much hard flux. It can't afford to keep its shields up, but if it doesn't do that, it'll die. It's dead anyway. The Gladius is coming out as well. Taking damage. Will it die to fighters, or will the Makaran get in closer? No, the Makaran's backed off. Not entirely sure why. We had possibly because we're at the bottom of the map. We may be at the bottom of the map, and there may be issues here. In which case, when these fighters die, I will just temporarily just speed up a little bit. There you go. Whenever fighters turn up, I'll turn it off, just because these fighters may do enough damage to the back to finish this off. Okay, Victory coming in. Victory not coming in. The Mastiff is desperately trying to run away, I think. Never mind. That'll probably do it. There you go. Let one live toward the others. Good fight. Not too much at all. All the Hammerheads died, and both the jailers died. Oh, sorry. 1 jailer and 1 Argent Avis died. Whew. I guess 2 caps, 1 out. Although I wasn't really paying attention to a lot of the Makaran, but it didn't seem to. Oh, is that 2? Was that 2? There's 2 Mjolnirs. I was blind to the second one. Okay, so maybe it was doing a bit more damage than I was giving it credit for. Whew. Next, we have a Straltor and Blowthorn versus Bulbasaur Wizard and Carnotron 7. Right, okay. There is no chat for this one either, so we can go straight in. This is Imperial Tuck Shop and the Great Wall versus maybe a bit extreme and Animal Industries Parade Fleet. The Tuck Shop, we have here a Imperial Targeting Matriarch with 6 Vicarious Assault Fighters, Heavy Maulers, HVDs, a Sagittarius Autogun, several Reliance and Mini Blasters, and some Railguns as well. It's of course giving the speed boost to the fighters with the targeting link, increases their projectile range by a flat 250, increases fighter projectile speed, with the Siege Mortars and Arcus Autocannons on the Vicariuses. 2 Basilius class frigates with plenty of harpoons. They are pretty much reliant on harpoons. They are elite packages as well, so their Microforge has faster activation. They will be firing a lot of missiles. A a nebula. I'm here, I'm just... Oof. Hang on. Whose fleet is this? Oh, I've seen Astralter in chat, so... Right. Next fight, okie doke. Oof. Just do a quick scan for nebulas. No, I think we're good. Right. We have Romk and Romkus Cheeseman versus Comes and Minir. Again, no smack talk here. So go straight in. This is the Panda. This is the Hellbore Grave HMC Panda with Raven Wenzer wings. Ooh, I like this one. Several ibises as well, some raptors down there as well. Auto pulse lasers and hellbores. Side harpoons. Ibises, a proximity charge launcher. But look, I'm a huge fan of the 3 Raven Hanser Wesley wings. That is very, very nice. Shield bypass as well. Quite tasty. We have 1, 2 Derricos with Rexon 5s and ibises. We have a Fractus anti-fighter combat carrier with a Thunderbolt MRM pod, a couple of Artiso revolver cannons, and a couple of Valiant wings. A Versant! Heavens to Betsy, an SO Versant has arrived. Good gravy, I wasn't expecting to see one of these right now. I was not expecting to see one of these right now. Huh. And we have here the Kapesh Stingrays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, same as last time. There's 14 Kapesh M-Wings with heavy burst lasers and Swarmer SRM launchers. But I was not expecting to see a Versant in this tournament. I am greatly pleased. The Versant wasn't here last time I cast, so it may have been there on Friday, but it wasn't here when I was casting last. Against that, oh good heavens, what do I see? Against that, we have a Zoo class with the heavy ultra cannon and the Mauler batteries, a Mark 9 and a Devastator, and some point defenses. A lot of guns. Hoojings. These are the Hoojings with concussions, heavy maulers, and HVDs. 4 of these, 5 of these, 6 of these. Heaven and Earth destroyers. 1. Hang on, this is some kind of together forever and never to part. Together forever, we two. And don't you know I would move heaven and earth to be together forever with you? Okay. The Shen, the Jian, the HVDs, concussions, and machine guns. And hello, Karkinos. Hello, beautiful thing. You think you do, but you don't. Karkinos battleship. Running extreme modifications, double Iron Weaver, a Sunstorm PDE, 2 Sunfires, 2 Dual Fax darts, thermal projector PDs.
Kark.
Indeed. Some arsenals and some shredders around the place, but good heavens, I was not expecting a Karkinos around here. Then, how many goblins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, hang on. 3 jet fuel cat melt steel beams, double particle lance shard gun LRPDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tease me daddies. Shard cannon, straft tactical gun, ultra cannon LRPDs, and then, oh, for God's sake, Onisen don't touch me there. Comet shock fuses, particle lens, INM assault gun, and Marcus Micro Argus PDs. Good gravy. I shake my head at you. Hang on, as we have some overly scaled goblins here. Hang on, hang on, wrong fleet. Right, so what am I doing there, Glacial? You're there in chat, I'll just do it right now. I can just take a vent away if you like. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that all of them? Are we clear on the rest? People trying to cheat in the tournament. Yeah, everything else is fine. Good. I cannot actually. What am I have to do it on this side. I cannot do it from the other perspective because I can't change the fleet on the other side. So I must do it from this perspective. Oh, good gravy. Right. Karkinos jumps ahead. Hujings and Zhu moving forward. Karkinos immediately sort of falls behind. Some of the goblins move forward. And the panda, being suitably aggressive. It's basically distraction. For the, basically, they're distracting each other at the moment. All those Krepeshes and that panda. Oh. That's what we're doing. We're fighting Hellboars at fighters, people. Hellboars at fighters. Oh. There we go. Goblins already coming forward. Goblins take the Sensor Jammer and the Nav Boy. Shuts out already from the Karkinos onto one of the Derechos. Loads of Krepeshes coming into the reload. The Versant's flying around as well. Uh-oh, here we go. We have the Karkinos versus the Panda right now, although the Karkinos is going to take a lot of damage, or no damage at all from all those PDs. Well, some of them do make it through, but that thermal projectile PD is forcing the Panda to fall back. That Panda is taking some armor damage already, because of course it does, it's got a shield bypass, Nemo. Okay, Karkinos jumping in though. Karkinos with a retreating jump. Karkinos backs away. Karkinos runs from the fight. Good, not expecting to see that. It just flees! It flees! It does not want to face a panda in combat. It's apparently reckless. It is shamed by the cheating goblins, I imagine. That goblin is taking a little bit of damage there. One goblin goes down. Goblin's just dancing around. There's no flux at all in the Pandemonium. The Pandemonium isn't even firing enough guns to get its flux up. I don't even believe it can. I don't think it's got enough weapons to raise its flux that high. The Grave HMCs, of course, providing, I believe... I always get confused. Are Grave's HMCs kinetic or high explosive now? Because I remember they switched to glow tusks at some point. So just like, you know, I'm not going to be part of this. One Chanshui has overloaded. One Goblin has overloaded. Are you okay there, buddy? I mean, how are you doing? I mean, you took a little bit of damage on that side, but it's not that bad. Get back in there. Come on. Come on. Is it the extreme modifications? Is it all its engines that keep going down? Yep, that's what you do. That's what you do with the Iron Weavers. You just shoot the Goblin in the back. That's what you do, buddy. And you keep doing that. This is just hitting goblins. Oh, bless. Panda falls back a little bit, putting shots into that goblin. That goblin's overloaded. I don't think it's got... Nope, it managed to pull back out of range. Here comes another Karkinos. Oof! Kopesh Swarm takes out one of the goblins. More Kopesh Swarms firing at the Karkinos. Karkinos is taking damage now. It's jumping away again. It does not want to deal with those Kopeshes. For some reason, those Kopeshes are very high threat priority for the Karkinos. It does not want to deal with those missile wings. It really does not want to do that. Whereas the Panda's just here T-posing, shooting whatever it can. Goblins are starting to lose CR right now. Panda is taking damage. I mean, it cannot not take damage, but it doesn't care. Firing a little bit of everything. Great efficiencies, auto pulse lasers. Particle lances coming in. More of the Kopesh wings coming out. They are sinking those beautifully well. Dead goblin. All the point of it managed to stop it from getting to the Hujings, though. In? Nope. Nope. You just not want to take part in that fight, buddy. You just do not care about this fight whatsoever. You're just coming in, looking at the panda. I think is going. Actually, you know what? I'd rather not. The zoo is like totally chill on its own side right now, so I really don't know what's going on right now. What a weird fight. Here come the Kopeshes attacking the back Hujing, though. Although this one might die, because these ones might be in the right direction. Yep, there's one dead Hujing. Hujing goes down. Are we currently on track for shame? Okay, hang on. We have the Karkinos now just out of range. No, the shape of the panda saves it from essentially being hit by the sunstorm. The shape of the panda just stops it. Those shots missing was so... And it fires its sunfires into nothing. Oh my god, that Karkinos just does not want to be here right now. It's been paid off by the other team. I smell collusions happening right now. That is a highly suspicious Karkinos. Is it because it's shield bypassed? I don't know. That panda is shield bypassed and it's quite happy to get into the middle of the fight. The zoo is like, I'm just here using my point defense on fighters. And the Hujings are also... Everyone's holding back right now. Okay, hang on. Now, will you, a capital ship, use your guns on fighters? Will you attack the carriers at least? Another goblin goes down. In or out? Nope! Just, nope. Nope. Pacifist Karkinos, indeed. Pacifist Kark. I don't think I've seen that before. The Karkinos just does not want to fight. It's definitely trying to stay out of something. It's obviously identified something here as being incredibly deadly and just does not want to deal with it. I'm thinking it might be the Kopesh wings or maybe the actual panda itself. But whatever it is, it does not want a part of any of that fight. There you go. I can't avoid it now. Thing is, its PD is pretty good at stopping, not maybe all of them at once, but several Kopesh barrages at once get stopped by that PD. The Goblin's hitting about 30% CR at the moment. It pretty much almost entirely one-shots the Versant. Looks like I hit it in the armor there. But nope, it just... It keeps eyeing up the panda? Nope. Oh wait. Yep. It just does not want any part of the fight. It's also facing the wrong way. That's a very weird one. The goblins are about 20% CR at the moment. A stingray has gone down. This will not be shame. Another goblin goes down. Another goblin quickly to follow. It can't move that fast. Overloaded. It will go down to the graves. Harpoons coming out. Sorry, not harpoons. Kopesh wings. Are they obliterator? Missiles, I believe. Okay, here comes another set of wings. Look at that point defense. It completely stops several of those barrages. It does not have to be afraid of the Kopeshes at all. But it's just choosing not to engage. What are you away from? I do not understand this. Even the pandas stopped pushing forward right now. The zoo is like... The zoo hasn't even been touched, I don't believe. Yeah. Looking at that, it's not suffered the slightest amount of armor damage. Apart from that small ramming by the Hujing over there. The panda may go down, though. It's now in the range of those heavy motor batteries. That panda may go down. When it does, maybe the Karkinos will wake up. Because that panda is now at about 20% health. So, that zoo can kill the panda off. It just needs to get in there. It will eventually, in about 100 seconds time. It will definitely get in there. But... Nope. Absolutely not. That is one very, very long fluxing outline there, Goblin. Will you be able to get in there and kill the panda? That's the only question, Zoo. Get in there! Okay, it's moving in. It's jumped in, possibly to its death. Definitely to its death. Now it can't jump out fast enough. Those heavy molars will probably kill the panda. Oh, it moves even closer. So that's a reckless ship. That is a reckless ship. That is not. That has gone full circle and has become absolutely timid. Now, maybe without the panda there, the Karkinos will wake up and realize it can actually fight. So the panda goes down. Again, it keeps attacking. How are the stingrays? The stingrays are losing CR as well, so at some point... Okay, this is the moment of truth. Nope. Panda is dead. There are no more capitals. You have 2 capitals versus essentially what looks to be... What? Maybe 10 ships? And you just decided to completely nope out of this fight. This is definitely... Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The Karkinos just does not want any part of this. At some point, we're about maybe 20 seconds away from a timeout, so we'll see what happens then. Okay. What surprises me, it basically kills all the fighters that come for it. Because he's using, like, capital ship killing weapons against the fighters. It's just... Here. There you go. I'm calling it now. Come on, we're almost at timeout. Because everything's got real passive right now. The entirety of the Tiandong fleet's been quite passive, actually. The entirety of the Tiandong fleet's been quite passive. Stingray goes down. Overloaded Raven, it looks like. Okay. At some point, I'm just gonna holding shift at this point. I'm gonna watch holding shift because until these timeout starts, because. Okay, here you go. We lost the Stingray. Okay, things are happening now. Missiles are being fired at targets other than the Karkinos. We can actually get back into the fun. Okay, the zoo is now firing. Stingrays are about 18%. This will be a CR win for the Karkinos, and it really doesn't deserve it, to be honest. And that panda was definitely ship of the match. You are timid about attacking a Fractus, buddy. Versant goes down, Stingrays go down. Stingrays can't do, they're 13% CR. The Derico is about 26. 26 over there. That Fractus is about 35. It's a CR win for many encounters, but goodness gracious. I want to see you deracinate one more time. I want to see you deracinate just one more time. Okay, no. You didn't get to see that. Okay, what updated? BlackRock update? Really? The Chimod hasn't updated since Monday. So yeah, I literally we went through the mods at the moment. Yes, it didn't activate. Okay. Let's figure this out then. Let's continue. Alright. Master has spoken. Next we have Solinarius and the Wikifish, Lightning, and PB. Oof. Take a quick drink. Ooh, is that what I think it is? It is what I think it is. Interesting. Oof. Righto. I believe there is some smack talk for this. Someone actually says woof woof. That's literally it. Okay. That was quick. Right, the Durpuppers and the Thumbersty Federation versus Mantis and Lobstership Down. Yes, Dizzy, I did notice. Thank you. Right. Oh, good lord, what is that? Oh, I'm not going to read those out again. Right, straight in. Is this 2v2 players with feeds? Yes, this is basically 2v2 players, but the AI controls everything. There is no multiplayer in Starsector, unfortunately. I need a drink, hang on. Right, we have two Typhons, WoW V2s, Plasma Cannons, Reaper Class Torpedoes, Graviton Blasters, a Phase Blaster, Heavy Burst Lasers, Safety Overrides. One Persecutor with Safety Override, Shield Bypass, several Machine Guns, Sabos, and an Assault Chain Gun. Oh, the Direwolves have gone. They have gone. Good heavens. We have one of the Auto Pulse Direwolf has remained. We have a Razorback with Assault Chain Gun, Heavy Machine Gun, and Machine Guns. SO'd. We have an SO'd Hatchet Man with Sabos, Harpoons, Contender Cannon, Light Machine Guns. We have a Hail class with Sabos, Harpoons, and Antimatter Blasters. 2 of these. 2 Greyhounds with Precision Mortar, Light Dual Machine Gun, Heavy Auto Cannon, Vulcan Cannon. And a Kite with a Salamander, and a Lasher, 2 Lashers with Contender, Machine Guns, a single Sabo, and a single Reaper. Then you have a Punisher with double Heavy Autocannons and some point defense. We have one, good heavens, 1, 2, okay. I was prepared for an avalanche of them. 2 Buffalo Mark IIs with added in Money Pot Auxiliaries, Salamanders, and Harpoons. A single Lasher again with Machine Guns, Contender, Reaper, Sabo. We have an Onslaught with a Storm Leader, a Mark IX, a Hellbore, and several torpedoes and a pylon launcher. A Condor with double Partisans, not Partisans, Perditions, double Perditions. Another Lasher with Machine Guns, Contenders, Harpoon, and Sabo. This is quite a mishmash. I can't really tell where one fleet stops and one other fleet starts, and assume that is. I'm assuming it stops at the kite. The dirt purpose may be everything up to and including the kite, I think, and then everything else is thumb wrestling, or is thumb wrestling part of the kite part of thumb wrestling? On the flip, we have lightning and PB. We have a single centaur, talisman to the dead, with a nano needle minigun Mark II. Hacking comlink. A Nemean lion with double Orions and a supercharged pulse beam. It is not memeing enough. With nice rocket pods, some flat cannons. We have a double Stagiaire wing hacking comlink Argus with an arc missile rack. We have a double Locust Eranthian Boar. We have a ricochet gun Paramon. We have a Telkine? Okay. Sure. We have a Magera with double K-Ax and double high explosive mortars. And a Vulcan. We have, of course, here we have a Siegfried with hypervelocity drivers, flat cannons, and the double Farcane artillery, and a Gauss cannon up at the front. A couple of Vulcan cannons, 3 Vulcan cannons at the back, and I believe 2 Vulcan cannons at the front. Shield bypass, heavy armor, integrated targeting unit, reinforced bulkheads, and an automated repair unit. Ancient armor, of course, means it takes less EMP damage, less high explosive damage, but takes more damage from kinetics and high energy. Okay. We have one Hedony with railgun, light assault gun. One of these whirlwinds with a plasma cannon, heavy blaster. One Pests with missing OPs. Is that meant to be the case? It's intentional. Alright, cool. Okie dokie. Looks like everything was fine for this one, so let's go straight in there and do this, and zoom out. Okay, so Onslaught and Typhons, and a mismatch of everything else, versus the Nemean Lion, Eranthian Boar with Locust, and the Siegfried. So, wide versus tall. What? Actually, not that wide. It is an Onslaught, so will we see Onslaught versus Siegfried, I wonder? Okay, in comes immediate missile salvo from the Eranthian Boar. Some shots coming out immediately. Persecution. He's got shield bypass, so anything goes straight to the shield. Although it's attacking quite hard, the Paramon. And it's taking damage from the Telkine, though the Telkine is stripping the armor away. Alright, you do that, buddy. Here comes the supercharged beam. Plasma cannons. It's gonna be a dead Persecutor. The Fire Canes take it down. The Paramon goes down in turn, though. The Nemean Lion brings its weapons back up, firing loads of missiles at a Typhon. Those are Locusts, though. Those are going to just tickle its shields. Siegfried here, facing its guns forward, wanting to do damage to that Typhon, I assume. Oh, no. Going into the Lion's... I think, is it Lion's Hide? Lion's Hide. Into the Lion's Hide. Fire Cane firing to the side of the Punisher, though, gets through the shields. Taking the Punisher immediately down. The Punisher's going to go down really, really quickly. A little bit more kinetics, though, and it's down. The Fire Canes, however, are stopped firing. That Nemean Lion, though, is going to take a lot of damage to that frontal armor there. The Centaur is down. Several Reapers hitting the shield of the Nemean Lion. It's a high flux. It cannot keep its shield up for too much longer. Those frontal armors are going to have to take the damage. Fire Cane firing into the Typhon. Frontal armor of the Nemean Lion goes down. Hatchetmens and Lashers are taking damage. Both frontal armors of the Nemean Lion are going down. Razorback doing some damage to the Nemean Lion as well. However, now SO limit has reached. Okay, here we go. Onslaught versus Siegfried. several fire canes straight into the front, turning off most of its weapons. Lasher coming through to take damage, but the fire canes are doing so much damage to the front. That's 2/3 health, 60%, 50% health, and the Siegfried is totally fine. Hail goes down, Razorback goes down, Onslaught goes down to the Siegfried. Cannot tank those fire canes. Lasher overloads. Typhon there, however, firing pulse plasma cannon shots into the side of the Siegfried. The Siegfried is still kind of aiming at the Punisher though, although its cannons are swinging back to aim at the Typhon. Although it may go down, it's taking a lot of damage from this Typhon. A lot of its kinetics have taken damage. The Lasher comes in and absorbs some of those shots. Fire Canes come out again. Again, they do not do much damage to those shields. Those are high explosive projectiles. The shields can just take them up. And there's not a lot of all the kinetics are here in the middle, and they keep getting knocked out by pretty much everything. There's the graviton blasters and things that keep turning off the kinetics. Oh, here comes some fighters. The Stagiaires coming in to pressure the Typhon. The Typhon goes to hold the lion. The Neiman Lions go down. I even missed that one. That was where did he die over there to the other Typhon. The Typhon's gotten behind, however, the Siegfried. Now the Siegfried's at super low health. It's going to go down to the plasma cannon of the Typhon behind. Or, there you go, come on. Shoot past its shields. There's too much damage into the side of the Siegfried. Punisher and the Typhon overload the Lasher with that kill, but all that's left now is the Adamanthian Boar with its locusts, the Argus with its Stagiaire wings, the Hedony over there, and that may be it. Adamanthian Boar are taking a lot of damage. Its high flux will go down to a couple more plasma cannon shots. The MRA fires out again at the Punisher. Will the Punisher... Pest goes down. Will the Punisher... Greyhound goes down. Okay. Just a matter of time now, however. Those locusts do nothing to those shields. Overloading the Adamanthian Boar. The Adamanthian Boar goes down. All that's left now, the Hedony's gone down, is that Argus. Is there anything left on the enemy team? PB's fleet is disappeared. Only 10% left of Lightning's fleet. I think it's just the Argus left over, unless they're engaging something over here. I don't think they are. I think they all moved back. They've killed their target over there. All that's left is the Argus. It's currently overloaded. Punisher gets the kill. Not shame in any way. The Onslaught goes down. The Onslaught Siegfried was a particularly tasty fight to watch. Typhons, though, those shields just took so much. Those shield. What's the shield efficiency there? 0.45 shield efficiency. That is incredible. I mean, it cared nothing for high explosive shots at all. Also, 19,000 flux capacity. Yep. You could have hit those things with fire canes all day. Typhon would not have cared. No, the Punisher survived. Indeed. They got punished, but didn't die. Punished Punisher. It died. It survived in like a pixel of health, pretty much. Next, we have Paul, Coffart, and Nate versus Archaon and Archangel Mark V. The Coffart Accord fleet and the Blackrock and Midline Sucks fleet versus Justice for Javanicus Nerfs and the ORA Long Live the Enlightenment. Ah, I see. I see. Archaon says, Oi Nemo, hi. I used Zahando to delete my Peltas from my fleet. Crazy thing, eh? Indeed. Indeed. Anyway, let's go straight in. Drovers with Partisans, Sabos, and Reapers, and Railguns. A Brawler with Reapers, HVD, and Mauler. Another Drover, same as before, indeed. Another Brawler, same as before. Monitor. The full defense Monitor. Drover, Monitor. Valkyrie with Thunders. 2 Valkyries, 3 Valkyries, 4 Valkyries. No, 3 Valkyries with Thunders. 3 with Gladius. 2 with Capesh Wings. Light Phase Lances on you. Light Phase Lances on you. Light Phase Lances on you. Okay. On the Blackrock side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's slightly different. Slightly different loadout. Okay, so we have Hellbenders and crates. Hellbender crate, Hellbender crate, Hellbender crate, Hellbender crate, Hellbender crate. Circuit. So 6 Typhuses with Hellbenders and crates with heavy SPLs and light SPLs, and 2 with Circuits with Inferno Mervs and light SPLs. On the flip side, Archaon and Archangel Mark V have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Graviton Beam, Tachyon Lance, Flare Gun, Railgun Sunders. Okay, that's 5 Tachyon Lances and 10 Graviton Beams there, with a tasty range. Hammerhead, 2 Hammerheads, 3 Hammerheads, 4 Hammerheads, 4 Hammerheads, SOs with assault chain guns, heavy machine guns, sabos, hammer class torpedoes. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Perriers with assault chain guns and accelerated shields. Communion with double wisdom and a fervor gunship wing. 2, 3, 4 of these. So that's 4 fervors and 8 wisdom wings. And then enlightenment with 2 Tachyon lances, 3 Sabo SRM pods, and plenty of point defense. It is, however, asymmetrical. I wonder why. If there's a reason why these are there and there rather than here and here. I wonder why this would be. Why they placed like that? Because, any particular idea? Because then you're still suffering. You're suffering from the, A, because you're taking the increased OP from the beam weapons. That's fair enough. So you're way less maneuverable. You're not undersized. You are undersized symmetrically. That's a medium. That's a large. Well, they can, because both these are meant to broadside. These are completely meant to broadside. So if you have one there, this would be. I don't understand this. Am I missing something, chat? Because this just seems to punish with no. It just is, I guess. Well. I'm the hardly one to complain. We'll go back 1. Reset. And go straight in. It's just meant to confuse me. More guns pointing front than back. I guess, but... You're deliberately hurting the maneuverability of the Enlightenment by doing that. Confuse streamer to win. Please, no. I get confused enough as it is by looking at normal things. Right. Plenty of fighters at the bottom of the screen. Plenty of fighters at the bottom of the screen. Versus... some fighters at the top of the screen, but that is several Tachyon Lances, though. It's 5 Tachyon Lances just coming forwards. That is several beams there. What will be the first thing to incur the wrath of those so many Tachyons? B-Fleet takes the Sensor Jammer and the Nav Boy first. Hammerhead comes in, distracting fire, taking a lot of shield damage there. Oh my god, all those partisans firing away. Taking a little bit of damage here and there. All those swarmers poking through its armor right now. Graviton beams are coming out. No Tachyon shots so far. Enlightenment nudging the Sunder out the way. Fervors and Wisdoms basically trading shots with the Circuits, the Compassions and everything else. Several Wisdoms protecting this Hammerhead for some reason. The Enlightenment's it's full of point defense, mini blasters everywhere. Double comes out at the Monitor. The Monitor doing its job, soaking up damage. It's taking a little bit of hull damage there, I think, before the shield could be a chance to get up. Oh, there you go. Some Capesh Wings, some Circuit shots being fired at the Enlightenment. using its tachyon lances as point defense weapons because, well, sure, why not? One dead hammerhead coming right up, being attacked by crates. Second one being attacked by hellbenders and crates as well. Drover's at 90% hull, however. One Drover's being pushed. Monitor goes down. The alignment took down the monitor. That Drover's over there as well. Double tachyon. Fighters are getting in the way of the tachyon beams, though. Monitor goes down. Harry went down. Both monitors are down, though. Both of the distraction monitors are down. The Sunders are not coming in there. The Sunders are firing at long range, so currently this alignment has currently completely been abandoned by the rest of the crew, and it's facing off against several carriers. The Wizards needs to come up with support. It's currently having to fire its tachyon lances as point defense right now. It's got nothing else in range. Crates and hellbenders punishing the things that they find. The hammerhead at the top, communion as well. Oh my word! Oh, that is that's an overloaded hammerhead in a really bad place right now. Hammerhead goes down. Not the one I was thinking of. The wrong hammerhead goes down. Then the right one does. I don't think this enlightenment has seen any flux level less than 80% for the past 150 seconds. Sunders are really holding back for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. They're leaving this enlightenment to die. This enlightenment is probably reckless, and they're probably not. It currently has. We have an overloaded. No, just heavily EMP'd. Just heavily EMP'd. Again, firing its tachyon lance as point defense because there just aren't enough things to keep it alive. And everything else is cleverly staying out of range of two very deadly guns. Catching my breath here. I'm trying to. This enlightenment is just designed to screw with my head. It really is. The Sergats come in, takes it all on the shields. Drover taking a little bit of damage now. Possibly this one. Although that enlightenment's now still at very little armor at the front, but still quite at high health. It just needs support. All it needs is a little bit of support. It can get by with a little help from its friends. The Typhus are all holding back, the Valkyries are all holding back, the Drovers are all holding back. I don't believe there's a... I think the only there's a couple of Brawlers there as well. Okay, several circuits into the side. This now is 80% health. It's falling back into the line of the Communion and the Sunders. Again, the Sunders not giving the ship justice. So it's just getting, again, death by 1,000 cuts. It's not being able to do anything. It can't even retreat properly because the ship's behind it. It can't even fall back into line. Oh, there you go. More circuit rockets into the side of the enlightenment. Kapesh rocket barrages from the front. Shield spins around nice and quick though. It didn't take it down. Hammerhead goes down. Communion goes down. Enlightenment's now at about 50%, just over 55% maybe HP. But it's still getting pushed. Now that's 50. It blocks the Reaper on the shields. More circuit because that's about 45% now. 40%. Closer to 30 perhaps. And the Sunders have just let the Enlightenment die. They have not joined in the fun. They're barely shooting at fighters, to be honest. They're front line. They're meant to be standoffing against everything else. They're meant to be pushing forward and putting pressure on shields. Rather than firing tachyon lances against thin air. Valkyrie is going to go down. Christ knows to what at this point. The parries are doing more damage to the enemy fleet than anything else is right now. Those parries are doing more damage to the enemy fleet than all the Sunders. Look at that! It has to vent a little bit, and immediately just takes like 25% health of those assault chain guns. Okay, wait, we maybe have something firing here. Maybe you've seen some of the fun times. Okay, up to 6 minutes now. Okay, Enlightenment's fallen back. Slenders have finally pushed forward in front of the Enlightenment, although one of them is overloaded. And might take some damage, although there are none of the attacking ships here at the moment. Here come the crates. Here come the compressors and the Hellbenders. Hellbenders. The crates shooting at the Sunder. The Sunder's taking some damage. That Sunder is going to die really soon. That's one dead Sunder. The others... just, again, using all the weapons as point defense. I cannot fathom why this is the case. Perrier goes down. Both Perriers are now down. Another Communion goes down. Another Sunder goes down. All that's left now is 2 Sunders, 2 Communions, and the Enlightenment. And that Sunder will go down. That Sunder is taking damage from the back. Here come the crates. Crates pressuring the Sunder. Sunder's at half health now. Enlightenment finally goes down. All that's left now is 2 Communions. With all their fighter wings, it's too many fighters to stop. So many crates, so many Hellbenders. They're getting attacked from all angles right now. The Fervor gunship is trying its best to bless it, but it really can't do much. Serkets take out 1 Communion. It's only got a 180-degree shield, so it can't take attacks from all sides. The crates are going around, punish from all sides. And that's the end of that. That's the end of that, I think? No, there's still something alive here. 1 Perrier is still alive. It's got no health. It's got no health at all. And there it goes. It's not Shane because 2 monitors died. But those Sunders left the Enlightenment out to die. I shake my head at this. What's next? Next we have Gal Paladin and Starasp versus Karoi and SCC. The Tyrant Fleet with DME backup whoops through last round, and the Blade Repairmen versus Red and Blue. Oh, good heavens. I don't think Red and Blue have changed since last round, have they? Right. I think SCC sent me something. SCC says, a quick guide to determining if we lose the battle. If Gal Paladin went back to Reefs, the answer is yes. Franco is pretty lucky to have the only counter to them in the tournament. We don't have Reefs though, so we actually have Normandies. So it could go either way. SEC, I guess. Right, let's go straight in, shall we? Let's have a look right here. Gal Paladin has 1, 2, 3 of the same Normandies with Rafale Frapper torpedo bombers, Wister fighter wings, and Aigret space superiority fighters. With point defenses, tracers, and heavy rail accelerators. The Tyrant is here in its unchanged glory, I think. Double Mjolnirs, Squalls, Sabos, Harpoons. I believe that's unchanged. It is now a meme at this point. We have a couple of Intimidators. Again, they're the same as before. The Oppressors, I believe, are the same as before. The Reaper Frontal Barrage. So you have several fighter wings. That's 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24 fighter wings on one side. And on Red-Blue's side, we have the Uline Sniper Pandemonium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 war crime drafts with 4 banishes, with 8 technically banishes each, and an assault chain gun. The Caswells with double aces, double jukes, double jukes, double jukes. It's 6 jukes and 2 aces, And Leon's with aces and aces as well. No Edith, however. No use of the Edith. Okie dokie, reset and go straight in, shall we? Boop, boop. Boop, boop, whoop, and put back. Oh, there's the Tyrant. The Tyrant in all its glory. However, the Tyrant is not undefeated. The only undefeated fleet in the tournament has the vanilla Paragon in it. There is no Edith here, though. There is no Edith. The Panda moves in forward. The drafts are coming in. The drafts wonder what they're going to be trying to kill right now. Although there's so many fighters right now, they may not be able to get through. They might just be able to die immediately. Panda's coming out. Point defense on the Panda is glorious. Although it looks to be burst PDs rather than... Wasn't it burst shells last time? I'm confused. Right, pick all the fighter wings. Ulan is out. Ulan's firing straight at the Tyrant, exactly where he's put the shots. Although it gets stopped by a lot of the fighters in the way. Ulan's going out. The Tyrant and the Panda are duking it out. The Tyrant and the Panda are fighting immediately. The Panda can't do much else. The Panda's already at 75% health. Although he is putting shots into the Tyrant. This is what we want to see. Capital versus Capital. Although the Panda does seem to have lost this exchange. It's still firing. Never mind that. The Ulan sneaks through. Takes the Tyrant to about 60% health. It has to fall back a little bit. But they both come out equally wounded. On Oppressor being attacked by a draft here. Drafts again wanting to fire all of their... One draft is already down. This one can't fire its... that one's EMP. They can't actually use its banishes at the moment. Second draft goes down. That Panda is at about 60% though. It's currently hit its own friend, I think, with the lens at there. That's not what it wants to do. Right, firing back at the Tyrant. The Tyrant's going down. Tyrant is taking a lot of damage. Very high flux at the moment. Another draft goes down. Siege cannon shells coming in. Banishes coming out. This may be the end of the Tyrant. That's the end of the Tyrant. Tyrant goes down. Intimidator goes down. Banishes finish off the Tyrant. Those banishes are incredibly deadly. Especially if they're fired that many in a row. I'm not sure what... Okay, the banishes are just rotating. I wasn't sure what it was firing at there. Firing at the Oppressor. Oh, nope. Slightly detoured on that Reaper there. The Panda takes a moment to breathe. Currently uses its Ulans as point defense. Firing those at the Oppressor here. Nope, at the Normandy over there. It can't take the damage. Already at about third health at the moment. Normandy goes down. This Panda faces up against the Oppressor. Comes in really close. Wants to use all his Lance to maximum damage. Wants to also make use of the Glocks. Lance repeats in the front. This may be the end of the Oppressor. Shots are just coming in. Nope, it's taking it on his shield. It didn't actually overload in the end. Another Normandy has gone down. Only one Normandy is now left. No, two. I tell a lie. That was almost dead. Again, this is a properly aggressive Panda. It's coming in, takes down the Oppressor. This is what I want to see Pandas doing. Just coming in forward, just putting shots into things with quadruple sniper Ulans. Using this point defense, it doesn't care. Siege cannon shots out on that Intimidator, however. Oh, sorry, that's an Oppressor. Intimidator's over there. Panda biding his time, reloading. One draft goes down. There's still some drafts left, I think. One draft over there is left. Here comes the lance. That Normandy goes down. The PD and the Panda makes... Sure, fire at that fighter over there, why not? Okay, Leons are pushing forward. Oppressor at high flux. Can't stop the shots from those Dukes. And there's aces as well. Siege shots. Lets that pellet gun shot through because it would have overloaded otherwise. Panda locates a new target. Caswell's putting flak mines down next to the Intimidator. I think it's just some leftover hull blowing up in the background. All that's really left at the moment is the Normandy's fighter complement. I don't think anything else can go close. That draft is still there, firing its assault chain gun. It's so low in health right now. It may die to the fighters, but it's being swarmed by everything else. That fighter's got more things to be worried about. It may die to the point defense if we're not careful. Flak mines. Flak mines are taking it out now. High flux, I can't put its shields up anymore. Flak mines are now going to start doing damage. Third health, 25% health, 20% health, 10% health, 5% health, and overloaded just for its death. Intimidator, again, really high flux, and the Oppressor as well, which will die first. The Intimidator, by a short hair, siege shot from a Leon, finishes off the last Oppressor. All the drafts died. Nothing else did. Those drafts are incredible, though. I do like them very, very much. And that panda is just glorious. Yeah, I think... Yeah, all of them died. All the drafts died in the end. And I believe the only fight after this one is the last fight we have to do, which is Franco, De Gola, and Youth versus Kissimmee and Johan. But I do want to check with Thago if you want to do the other stuff first, because this is arguably the fight that will make everything. Yeah. So I think we missed. Did we miss one or did we miss two? I need to do a full restart as well. I can't just hop in and out of this one, so I need to do a full restart. So you know what? Do that. I'll put this back up so people can have a look at that. Was it just the one fight we missed then? Okay, I'll exchange this file then. What was the other problem we had? There were two fights with problems. Was the other one just the DP problem that I fixed on stream? So that's probably not too bad. That goes into variance. That goes into variance. Data, variance, and download that one into the variance folder. Yes, I now want to replace it. Thank you very much. The other one is broken, so I want to replace that one. Very, very much. The timeout issue. Again, not sure why that happened. Maybe, is it because maybe I sped through the timeout trigger? Sometimes speeding through the game up does cause silly things to happen. But anyway, let's load this back up. And while this loads up, someone can explain to Mooch123 exactly what's going on over here. Because I need a drink. And I need to have a quick suck on a throat sweet. The Panda's not 4-0. Panda's 4-1, I think. The only team that is 4-0 at the moment, that was 4-0 before we started, is the Paragon team. After this, I'll go through the scores properly. I'll go through the updated scores and we'll see what happens. All right. What was the I missed then? Which one had? See if I can remember. See if I can. See if my. No, it wasn't. The nebula's still there. We still have a nebula. Just run it. No, for real. Hey, fair enough. Right. Let's actually go through things. I don't think I did that before. So Maximus, one Maximus with double Sabos, double Reapers, double missiles. A Karam with Reapers, a Princeps with a Draconarius and a Vicarious swing. Plenty of Sabos. Sledge gun, tactical laser. Chen Shuis with double Shens. Yep, and HVDs and muscles. Triples, so it's 6 Shen wings, a Yeeling interceptor wing, heavy ultra autocannon, heavy maulers, graviton beams, concussion missile pods. 2 of these. Another Shen one, and a Wu Jun with a devastator cannon. 2 Wu Juns with devastator cannons. Okie doke. I'm eating as a throat sweep. I'm trying to save my voice. Making me yell at the screen so much. You're just causing me issues. Right. On Bulbasaur Wizard versus on Conatron's side, we have 2 slightly different Maelstroms. One with a Hephaestus, one with an Ulan. The Hephaestus one has armored weapon mounts. The Ulan one has gunnery control AI. Both of them running Warless Sniper Wanzers. The Fractus running double Valiants and the Thrush. Vapors with Gravitons and Ions. The Black Rose side, we have the Eurypterus with the Ferrocannon, the Eurypterus with the Gale Battery, the Convergence with Hellbender, Crate, and Taipan, the Typhus with double Crate, Typhus with double Circuit, a Typhus with double Circuit, Goblin, triple Particle Lance Goblin, triple Burst Laser Goblin, quadruple Heavy Phase Lance Goblin, the Scorpion with double HVDs, and a Heavy Mauler. And go straight into this one. And may that Nebula be amazing. I hope that Nebula's going to carry this team, just you watch. What have you actually got, Nebula? Quadruple machine guns. Okay. Muscles are deploying already because they're long-range missiles. Vapors are coming in for distraction purposes. It's an ion beam and a graviton, so it's causing a little bit of flux damage, and also if anything lowers its stealth, will just EMP disable most of the things. The Eurypteruses are moving forward. Gale Battery, however, is not the one that wants to come forward first. The Ferrocannon does to put that hard flux up and hit shields. The Crates on one side, Hellbender, Taipan Crates on the other. The Circuit Wings are hanging back. That Maelstrom has decided not to fight today, so we have only one Maelstrom has decided to turn up today, and it's currently hiding behind the carriers. Although Karam is taking damage, that Nebula is going hard in. That Nebula is the most aggressive ship on the fleet right now. It's taken some engine damage already. Right. Typhus is move out the way, letting the Maelstrom move forward. That Maelstrom again not wanting to fight today. It's the Hephaestus one, however. So many fighter wings. There are so many fighter wings. That Nebula is now at 75% health. The fighter madness coming in from both sides, however. Oof. The Matriarch has moved up. Here comes. The second Maelstrom is coming in. The first Maelstrom is dashing in, trying to get the shots out. The Nebula got out the way. The Eurypteruses are holding back. That Fractus is doing the clever thing and being exactly where it's supposed to be, quite far back. Basilius now, however, is lowering CR. It's not, I believe, an SO Basilius. Is it an SO Basilius? I think that is an SO Basilius. It's basically having a red overlaid with a blue, giving a slightly purple engine, how you can tell. Maelstrom's still pushing forward, it's still pushing hard. That Nebula finally goes down. Not entirely sure to what, to be honest. Although, in facing that Shorin, the entire flank of that Maelstrom is available, but nothing's really... Oh, there you go. It turns around, and that's what's happened on the other side. And it falls back a little bit more. Fair enough. The Warless Wings are all guarding the front one. Second one's coming up to play. So we have the II Tiandong fleet has sort of pushed up the left-hand side, whereas the Maelstroms have pushed down the right-hand side. Matriarch is now putting fire into the Maelstrom. But it has... It's got the heavy maulers, so it can do quite some damage there. Getting through the armor, doing a little bit of hull damage now. It's through the side armor of that Maelstrom, which is why it backs out to realign its shields properly. Nebula acting there as portable shielding, basically. Jollar sub the Stretch Prime, thank you very, very much. And we have the heavy maulers and HVDs shooting from the Scorpion into that Shorin. That Shorin taking a lot of damage at the moment. It's being punished by crates, Hellbenders, double HVDs, the gales from the drones of the Scorpion and the heavy mauler itself. It overloads. That is a lot of high explosive damage there. Never mind the Hephaestus also coming out as well. Plus the SPLs, that is one dead Shorin. I think the moving up of the Matriarch has sort of split apart both the Maelstroms, and those fighters are moving forward to probably do some damage to those Vicarious Wings. Although we have an overloaded Chenshui over here, which could die if anything comes in to capitalize on it. The Hellbenders have the one Hellbender is in firing a little bit of shots, but it doesn't, not quite enough to capitalize. There is some point defense tactical laser happening over there as well. Is it the Maximus over here? No, that is the Vapor and the Basilius. Where is the Maximus gone? Wujun has overloaded. Over here, it's dealing with Wujuns are dealing with the Scorpions. Wujun has a point defense weapon technically, but it can't really do much. Basilius overloads. Will be punished by SPLs, it looks like. Overloads again. Micro missiles from the Maelstrom don't quite manage to turn around time. It is elite, I believe it's an elite Basilius. That is an elite Basilius, so it'll recover from overload quite quickly. It decides, you know what, I'm going to die. Might as well fire all my harpoons right now. None of them will even get close. But some of those flares did. They got hit by the offensive flares of an elite Basilius. Because of course it did. Ah, okay. Ulan sees lasers overloading the Matriarch. The Matriarch's now getting pelted by the long-range shots. Oh, Circuit barrages, Ulan siege shots, and a long-range Hephaestus shots. And that's punishing Circuit wings. Matriarch goes down. All that's left now is a Princeps, the Shorin, the Chenshuis. That is a... Oh, the Karam, yes, of course. The Wujuns are still alive. The Princeps, the Karam, the Chenshuis, the Wujuns, and that Shorin over there. Which is currently dueling in the Arcturus. Although I think it doesn't have the high explosive damage anymore. The high explosive damage has run out. Goblin comes in, plays hob with my sound. And yeah, there's not enough damage anymore. The Shorin's run out of heavy damage. All it has is that heavy mauler, and that is just not enough. We have some offensive ibises here as well. Offensive burst shell shots as well. Yep, offensive burst shells. Enough time has passed that those Maelstroms are now firing with sniper accuracy. Shorin goes down. Chenshui went down. Karam went down beforehand. Princeps is the only ship left for the Imperium. And that's going to go down fairly soon as well. Wujun has gone down. Chenshui is overloaded. Princeps goes down. That's a Gale. That's the Gale battery one. All it needs to do is fire, and that's a dead Chenshui. Keeps itself... the Vapor is just sort of trying to keep it switched off, but it's... Come on, it's off. It's off already. Sabo comes in. What's the final shot going to be, I wonder? Dunno, they fall back. They let the Goblin get... No, here comes the Shaket Barrage. The final shots of the Shaket Barrage. All that's left now is one Qian Shui, is the only ship left behind. Dies to possibly is a Glauc's Lance Repeater shot, I'm not entirely sure. And that is it. Not shame, because a Vapor died. Not shame because a Vapor died, but... Those Maelstroms are beasts. Right. I believe we're down to the last fight of the night. Which is Franco de Gola and Yuf versus Kissimmee and Johan. Which is truly the deciding fight, because if Franco de Gola and Yuf win, they remain undefeated and are categorically the winners. If Kissimmee and Johan win, that means we'll have 4 teams on 4-1. Which means we can have the tiebreaker final. So this is definitely quite the... Oh, good heavens. The Ediths are gone. The Paragon no longer has supermassive range. Well, more than its usual supermassive range. But there's no Ediths here. Okay, the Trisac B247 series in Blue Death versus High Intensity Reapers and Unlimited Egret Power. Kissimmee sent me a line that says Heista Vitu, never stop the madness, ja kochta vidatan tas. My Finnish isn't great either, but at least it was a lot shorter, and apparently that translates as F you, never stop the madness, and you will be pulled again. And also, yes, the omens were in fact nerfed by Thargo, because they were so good. They have actually been increased by, I think, 2 DP each. Nemo languages, Nemo sings. I do a lot of things. I'm a Renaissance Nemo. Right, anyway, let's go in straight in. Again, this is straight up, I mean, this is an auto-fit Paragon. You pit a Paragon, you hit auto-fit, this is what you come up with. This is a little bit of switch around here, because these are empty slots at the back, but this is as close to vanilla as you can get, and it's incredibly solid. I mean, the Paragon has only died once, I believe, to red versus blue, and that was the time they didn't bring the Pandemonium. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4 Mercuries with 2 tactical lasers, because sure. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those XIO5 omens that are so annoyingly deadly. Antimatter Blaster, Reaper class torpedoes, and of course the built-in EMP, which is where their strength truly lies. And their overall shield arc and extremely efficient shields. Here on the Reclamation Society side, we have, of course, the Alistair with triple HVDs, heavy plasma drivers, the built-in, of course, siege cannon at the front, double partisan wing, and the Caswells with aces, 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 aces. That's 8 aces wings. 1 Sabo burst PD. The other ones have light plasma drivers and swarmers. No, that's exactly the same. They're just in slightly different orders. Okay. Okie dokie. Facing that, the challengers, as it were, the people trying to upset the team.
Shield bypass Paragon through the match.
Oh my god, did I miss that? It is a shield bypass Paragon. Oh my god, I missed that. Was that the case last time? Was that the case last time? Franco immediately made the sporting. This is now a sealed bypass Paragon. Okay! Things have changed. What do we have in the Mastiffs? The Mastiffs have high intensity lasers. The Mastiffs have high intensity lasers. That's 4 Mastiffs, it's 4 high intensity lasers and 4 tactical lasers. That could slowly whittle away the Paragon. That may be a Paragon throw! That may be a Paragon throw. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 8 Clan-class Omens. With Reaper Torpedoes, Railgun and Reliance, and then Wanderers with Skink Wings, Phase Lance, Phase Autocannon. One with a Bantam Fighter Drone Wing, Phase Blaster, Phase Autocannon. Bantam Fighter Drone... Yep, same as before. One Natural Selection. 2 Sunantaisarna, I guess. Probably pronunciations are horrible. Let's finish for something, I'm sure. Then we have Aigrettes for days on basically Carabaos. They're basically Aigret ships. This is the Valkyrie version. This is the DME version of Valkyrie spam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. 10 Carabaos with Aigrettes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Sevastopol Mark 1s with Aigrettes. That's a lot of Aigrettes. That is a lot of Aigrettes. That is definitely a lot of Aigrettes. That good lord. Sunantai Sarna is Sunday sermon. Fair enough. I do like Finnish. Wish I could speak more of it, but I can't. Right. Straight in. That is... What are those Aigrettes fighting against? That's the big question right now. What are they actually fighting against? Because it's going to be heavy interceptors versus space superiority. Are those Aigrettes meant to deal with the Omens? Christ alone knows at this point. I'm kind of happy we're playing it from the Paragon side, because I definitely want to keep the Paragon in mind, because good heavens, that Paragon having sealed bypass is a issue. This Paragon is a mad lad. It's one mad lad. I can't believe they did it. Right. Omens push forward. Mercury's push forward. The fighter spam is in the back. All these Aigrettes are out. Even all the fighters here, I don't even care what they are. They're not the important ones. It's basically... all we're here to see is what happens when those Mastiffs draw a line on that Paragon. Can that Paragon kill them quickly enough to survive? It does have the range. It's still got the range. It's still doing considerable damage to the Mastiffs. It's still a Paragon. We're like, oh, it's shield bypass. Sure, whatever. It's still a Paragon. It can still outrange pretty much anything in the enemy fleet. It still does a lot of damage. That's a Wanderer already overloaded. That Wanderer's going to die immediately. To the Alistair of all things. Immediately goes down. That Mastiff needs to push forward, get that beam onto the Paragon. The Paragon is just turning to face it. It's just turning to face it. The shots down. Reapers come out. Don't care. It's got the point defense to deal with that. Mercury is going to go down. Reapers coming out over there. It takes 2 Reapers to the face of that 75%. Front weapons go down. Also, pulse lasers are down. Gets swiped out by other things. It's currently taking a lot of damage at the moment. So many things in front of it. Reapers right beside it. It's too close to fire. It cannot fire those Reapers. They will not arm in time. But there are so many Reapers just preparing to fire. 2 more Reapers to the face. Paragon is at 25% health. Paragon is going to go down real quick. Dropping those shields was not a good idea. Paragon is going to go down to the high-intensity laser alpha masses. And Paragon is one of the first ships to go down on the DME side. On DME side? What am I talking about? First ships to go down on the high-tech Reparation Society side. And that's it. The ship of the tournament has gone down. So this is now anybody's game. And it wasn't even the fighter spam that did it. It was all the clams. It was the clams and their harpoons that did it. Right. Yellowstone now basically has to solo carry this fleet, because everything else, I think, all the aces are just point defense, superiority fighters. So it's basically Alistair versus the entire enemy fleet right now, and it's about to overload because of those Reapers. Caswell taking damage. Alistair's overloaded. Reaper's coming in. I'm assuming off that clam. Yes. No. Yep. Alistair goes down. And this is a foregone conclusion. The Egrets. Most of the carriers haven't even engaged properly. They're all dealing with the omens in the back line. The last time this happened was against Red versus Blue, where the omens won out against the mass draft swarm. However, that is no longer the case. I mean, the omens can't win out here. They can try their best, but those are shielded fighters in those Egrets. Omen's already taking damage. Caswell going down, Mercury going down. Omen taking damage somewhere, probably up there somewhere. This Omen's already taking damage. Overloaded Omen because of that explosion. Gets destroyed by... Christ knows what that was. I don't even know what that was. What was that? What even was that? And all we have left is 4 Omens. That one's at 40% health. That one's at 80% health. These two are currently untouched, but this one's being taxed at the moment. The Egrets are just turning up. High flux. They're gonna get shot down by Egrets, really. Those capacitor micro lasers just will slowly work through the shields. Oh no, it cannot afford to be putting its shields down. That's an dead Omen. 3 Omens left. You're at high flux as well, so you're being pressured by the clams as well. We will have a tiebreaker, folks. Unless these Omens really pull it back. They won't. Speed up, why speed up? This is the last fight. The fleets have completely switched positions. The Omens have gotten all the way into the back line, and the entirety of the B fleet is down at the front. Again, what is the actual shield efficiency of the Clam? Because the Clams seem to be quite shield efficient. More than I was expecting them to be. Round 6 is real. Round 6 is definitely real. Omens are like, what are we gonna do now? That's I'm assuming that's the thought behind those Omens. It's like, what on earth? We weren't expecting this. So many Egrets. That Omen again is being pressured super hard. Down that one goes. That one's going to go down very shortly afterwards. 1 Omen left. Being pressured by a Clam right now. It's called a Clam. It's JP's monitor. Fair enough. It's basically a monitor then. It's a monitor in disguise. It's a bloody well armed monitor, to be honest. And there you go. The Egrets taking the kills. We lost 2 Clams and 2 Wanderers, but good lord. All the Egret Wings, all the Carabaos, all the Sevastopols stayed alive. And for the first loss ever, you have Rakutagola and Youth. I mean, that is crazy talk. That is absolute crazy talk. Let me quickly flip out then. We're quickly going to flip out and do this. How does this work out? Is this going to be okay? Let me try something interesting. This is where I do that. And I do this. There we go. That worked out okay. Because now you can see what's happening here, right? We can go up to the top here. Let me just remove that. Yeah. So this hasn't updated yet. Maybe I have to do this. Okay, let's update this real quick. Yeah, here we go. End of the tournament. Franco de Gola and Youth, Kissimmee and Johan, SCC and Karoy, and Paul, Comfort, and Nate are all at 4-1. Technically, according to the Swiss and the Birchall scores, Franco de Gola and Youth win, but Thalgo decided that winning due to Birchall scores is not the most interesting thing in the world. So, yeah, these 4 fleets will go to round 6, a 4-person round robin. That is 6 matches. Each one will play each other, which will be, I believe, on Friday. Would the Paragon have likely gotten overloaded if it used its shields against the Reaper Assault? No, because I think the Paragon does if it gets swarmed, true, but I think the Fortress Shield would have definitely kept it alive for a lot longer. A week later, not next week. Okay, so not on Friday, so keep your eyes posted to the Starsector Discord forums. Starsector Discord / the forums, because I'm sure the information will come out there. But yeah. That's pretty much it right now. I think that was the end of that. Let's say a huge thank you to all of the players, all the modders who make the mods for this, and the organizers, in this case Thago, for an amazing, this was a lot of really, really good fights. Let's go back and sort of relive the fights at the moment. The first fight already started off super strong. The first fight started off super strong from the get-go. With all the Razorbacks and the Caesars dueling with the Varders, the extended range Varders as well. The second fight was also incredibly strong, with the massive amount of Centurions just swarming the Mimian Lion to bits. Fight 3 was the Buffalo herd. Only 3 buffaloes died to wipe out all those bungalows and the Varders. Then we have the Caesars and Dictators versus the Hammerheads and the Victory. The Big Eagle and the Big Hammerhead. Good heavens. I believe that was a Zen Enhanced win, I think. What else do we have here? We have this fight with the Nebula fight, where the Maelstroms just took the Imperial apart. Did the Imperials win a single fight today? Because I know that DR was hoping for that to happen. Don't think they did though. Karkinos, the cowardly Karkinos, which not a clue what happened there. The zoo. Then we have the Typhons, which took apart the Siegfried took apart the Onslaught, and the Typhons which took apart the Siegfried. The Sunders that abandoned the Enlightenment to get swarmed out by so many fighters. The Tyrant that got taken apart by the Sniper Pandemonium. And the Paragon, which put on a shield bypass for some reason. II did not win anything the last 2 rounds. It could be the bottom ranked faction of the whole tourney. I'll have to check. Oh dear. Oh dear. II needs a buff. Nah. I'm not competent enough to make those kinds of comments. But yes, I'd like to say a huge thank you very much for watching me. And I will catch you around, I guess. My Starsector stream will happen on Wednesday. And I'm not sure what happens after that. But we'll see how it goes. Again, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you all when I see you. Have a very, very nice week time. Bye-bye.